Hey guys, it's me Amanda, and today I'm going to talk to you about 12 reasons you should go vegan. So before I started this video, I just want to point out my new shirt that I got I think a month ago, but I haven't had time to show it to you guys. But it says, I just want to drink soy lattes, save animals, and take naps. And I got this shirt free from PETA2, and if you don't know what PETA2 is, it's basically PETA's youth group. And how I got this shirt for free is by signing up on their website and getting their app, and by clicking the Take Action tab. Basically, what they have you do is you take action by, you can sign petitions, send emails that are protest emails. You can send emails to people asking them to sell veggie burgers in their stores. You can post things on social media. You can make posters and hang them around at places and stuff like that. And basically what happens is you get points for all the things that you do. And based on what you did, they give you a certain amount of points, and these points rack up and you can end up getting free merchandise and stuff. And I got this shirt, but they also have phone cases, they have a bunch of other t-shirt options, they have bags, they have hats, they have, what else do they have? They have cups for soy lattes and things like that. So you can go check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you guys so much. One thing I'd like to say is I'm not sponsored by them. I just thought it was such a wonderful organization that I'd love to share with you guys. So let's get started. Okay, so the first reason to go vegan is for the animals. Tens of billions of animals are killed every year in slaughterhouses. That's 467 animals per second. By going vegan, you spare 198 to 400 lives per year. Going vegan also helps prevent species extinction. Right now, 91% of white-fin tuna has been overfished and is now endangered, and is still being fished because now it's more money because it's rare. The next reason to go vegan is for health reasons. Vegan diets prevent, treat, and even reverse heart disease, and they reduce risks of cancer, diabetes, asthma, and high blood pressure. Vegan diets also help people overcome mental health issues such as depression, eating disorders such as bulimia and anorexia, ADHD and anxiety, and so much more. If you've ever been to a therapist or you know someone who has, they generally recommend diets before medicines, and a vegan diet gets rid of many factors that increase these mental illnesses. One thing I know a lot of people are worried about when they hear vegan diets, when they want to, but they're not sure about the nutrition facts, and they worry that they'll become deficient in certain nutrients and vitamins, which is not true. Well, I mean, it's true for some people if you're not safe about it, but in any diet you could become deficient in nutrients and things. A lot of vitamins and nutrients people are worried about are B12, protein, calciums, creatine and carnosine, DHA and omega-3s, and irons, and a lot more. But these are basically the main points that people are worried about, especially things like protein. Whenever I tell people I'm vegan and we're talking about, they're like,
where do you get your protein from?
And to be honest, I get my protein from pretty much anything. The first thing I mentioned was B12, and I get my B12 from cereals and oats. You can also get it from fortified foods such as fortified milks. And you can even get it from additives such as nutritional yeast, which is something that I found pretty recently, and it smells so good. The next thing people worry about is protein, but to be totally honest with you, protein is the least thing I ever worry about. I worry about protein the least out of anything. I think I worry about B12 and iron more than anything, but protein is like the least thing I ever worry about. That might just be me because I eat about 4 avocados in a week, but I get it from avocados, beans, and veggies are actually filled with protein, and I know broccoli is filled with protein. I know a lot of people don't like broccoli, but you grow to like it. I don't particularly like broccoli either, which is why I don't eat it too much. Luckily, I like avocados and beans, and most veggies. I actually really like kale, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so you just find the foods that you like and you eat those that are filled with the things that you need. Another thing people worry about is calcium, because I'm not in taking dairy, obviously. But if me and you drink a cup of milk and you drink regular dairy milk, 2% dairy, and I drink my milk that I have at home, I'd actually be getting more calcium than you. The milk that I drink is the Almond Dream Vanilla Almond Milk, which actually has 50% more calcium than a regular generic brand 2% dairy. Another thing people worry about is creatine and carnosine, but in total reality, your body actually makes them for you. Yes, you do get extra from things like meats and eggs and things like that, but you don't need extra. You already have it in your body, and your body knows how to make enough of it for your body levels and your nutritional levels. Another thing people worry about is DHAs and omega-3s, but you can get them from oils, and chia seeds are like the main way I get them. Just a tablespoon a day day, gives you the amount of omega-3s that you need in a day, and it's also filled with protein and antioxidants. And I know I mentioned oils, and a lot of you guys are like,
what? You just eat oil?
no, I put it in my sandwiches, and I put it on breakfast foods such as my avocado toast that I make and things like that. And I know a lot of people are against eating oils, but on a vegan diet, it is non-restrictive. The only thing it restricts you from is animal products. But anything else you can eat as much as you want and whatever you want. So it's pretty much open to whatever. And by eating a lot of these oils, you're actually getting some nutrients that you might not be getting, and it's good for you. And I know a lot of people are like,
oh, oils, it'll give you pimples.
and yes, too much of anything is a bad thing, but oils don't give you as much bad skin as meat would, generally. And oils are actually good for you because they're filled with good fats rather than bad fats. And the fats in oils are more complex, and they link to your cells in weird ways and make your body work better than the fats you would get from meats. Worst comes to worst, you end up having to take supplements. Personally, I take supplements because I am a growing person, and I just wanted to make sure that I would be getting the right amount of nutrients and vitamins that I need for my body, but I know a lot of people don't want to and don't need to. And if you don't need to, then you don't need to. But if you do need to, either take supplements or make sure that you're starting to eat more foods that are filled with the nutrients that you need. And I know when I mention supplements in a vegan, when I'm with people that are also vegan or in a vegan community, people always look at that weird, but there's nothing wrong with taking supplements or having to take supplements. People take vitamins on a regular diet. People take vitamins in vegetarian diets. Everyone's body is different. So maybe because I'm small, I don't eat as much as someone who's fully grown and just has a bigger stomach than me. So I might not have a chance to get the same amount of nutrients that this other person may need. So it just depends on your body and its personal preference, and there's nothing wrong with not taking supplements, and there's nothing wrong with it. Unless you're at a point where your body is truly affected by it negatively, there's nothing wrong with whatever you choose. If you are totally unsure with whether you should take supplements or not, or you are really worried because you do have maybe an iron deficiency, or maybe you have too much iron or something like that, or you have a health issue that is affecting your nutritional intake, you should always go to either a doctor, a nutritionist, and things like that to make sure that you are safe, and no matter what diet you are on, you will still have this, and you will still have to worry about it no matter what you eat. And so by eating less meats and animal products, you are diminishing your health problems in general. And if you are worried and you don't want to have to go to a doctor or a nutritionist, and it's not really necessary for you, but you still want to make sure you're getting everything, you can get an app like MyFitnessPal. I used to use it, and instead of counting your calories, you check the little pie chart they give you, and you check how much nutrition and vitamins you're getting, or nutrients, sorry. Another reason to go vegan is for the environment. Livestock accounts for 9% carbon dioxide emissions, 40% global methane emissions, and 65% global nitrogen dioxide emissions. Livestock is responsible for 51% of all greenhouse gases, while all of the world's transportation is only responsible for 13%. Another thing that happened is that livestock and the clearing of trees and things like that actually ended up demolishing 91% of the Amazonian rainforests. Another reason to go vegan is for the people. The world's cattle alone consumes the amount of nutritional intake that could feed 8.7 billion people, more than the world's population, and that would feed 124% of the world. There would literally be no more hunger in the world if all of the United States went vegan. This also helps the economy because less money given to the meat industry, more food produced for people, raising health on a global scale, diminishing health problems, meaning that more people can work, meaning that more jobs would be opening up, equaling more food, equaling more money. And it would also, in the economy, help developing countries develop so much quicker because they wouldn't have to worry about these health problems anymore, and it would just clear out so many things in the whole world. It would be amazing. Another reason to go vegan is for the land. The same amount of land used to feed 20 vegans could only feed one meat eater. 30 to 45% of the earth is used for raising animals for food, and that's larger than Asia. Another reason to go vegan is to help water. 60% of the world's water is used for raising animals. Only 25 gallons are used to grow 1 pound of wheat, while 815 gallons are used to make a pound pound of chicken. 1,630 gallons are used to produce a pound of pork, while a shooting 5,000 gallons of water are used to make 1 pound of beef. So even if you are a vegetarian, you are still helping to build the water. And in my opinion, I personally do not like the idea of vegetarianism. I used to be a vegetarian, but once I found out the issues of the dairy industry, that you can do some research on yourself, by yourself, I personally do not want to talk about what they do because it is just so horrible and so cruel. But there's so many documentaries on it, YouTube videos, there's articles all over the internet. Please go check them out if you don't know what they do, please, for your own benefit. But if the only thing you can do is go vegetarian, that would be great as well, because you are saving the world so much water. Another thing I'd like to say is that waste products from animals are actually getting into our water system, which is making a lot of the world's water undrinkable, sadly. Another reason to go vegan is for energy. A vegan diet is free of cholesterol-laden and artery-clogging animal products, and it's also high in complex carbs to provide more energy than an animal-based diet would. Since I've been vegan, I've actually been so much more energized throughout the day, rather than being energized up until lunchtime and then I eat my lunch and I'm exhausted the rest of the day. I go to school now and I'm awake and focused throughout the whole day, when before I would fall asleep in class easily. I would not pay attention because I couldn't. My body would not let me focus on one thing because I did not have the energy to do so. But since I've been eating more fruits in my breakfasts, I've been eating smoothies, fruit juices, cereals. Just since I've been vegan and eating vegan breakfast, it has kept me energized throughout the whole day, and vegan lunches as well just keep me awake at school. Another reason to go vegan is for beauty. A vegan diet actually promotes natural weight loss rather than unnatural weight loss that you would get from any other diet where you would be eating animal products. I know when I was younger, I really struggled with my body image, and I saw these girls who were unnaturally skinny, and you saw them on modeling ads. There's a girl at my school who just does not gain weight, and I'd see these people who were skinny with the thigh gaps and the bikini bods and all these things, and I thought, that's the perfect body and I'm gonna get it. And I put myself on terrible restricting diets. I would skip meals, and basically I was practicing a form of starvation that I didn't even realize I was doing. Up until I actually did some research and I decided that I needed to eat and I needed to become healthy, I had no clue what I was doing. And another thing is that these kind of diets, such as like Atkins diets and things like this, when your body diminishes or gets rid of so much of its nutrients, it's grasping at things to bring back to your body. Meaning that if you get off the diet, you will gain so much weight, or throughout your diet, you will retain weight and water, and your body will not let go of them because it needs it. And anything that might be just going straight through will actually be held on, which will end up in the long run gaining you more weight than you have lost. While on a vegan diet, your body does not have the need to grasp onto anything. It's getting all the nutrients and vitamins that it needs to thrive, and it's not getting anything extra, and it's not getting anything less. Another thing is that on a vegan diet, you don't end up having cravings or feeling like you have to binge. On restrictive diets, you end up having serious cravings for greasy foods, for fast food, for the things that you're not letting yourself have. But ever since I've been on a vegan diet, I have not had cravings. When I wasn't on a vegan diet and I had a meat-based lifestyle, I always craving burgers, greasy pizzas, just really unhealthy food that I was just constantly craving. And now if I ever get cravings, they're usually for things like nuts or fruits or veggies, and they're healthy cravings, and I'm not used to them, honestly. Sometimes I'll be like, no, why am I craving fruit? That's weird. Why am I not craving chocolate instead? But it's because I've trained my body to basically want healthy food instead, which is so amazing, and I don't have the need to binge on so many unhealthy foods because just eating a banana is good enough. Another thing that a vegan diet does is have a direct effect on health and appearance of skin, hair, and nails. And who doesn't want beautiful skin, hair, and nails? Okay, I know y'all are looking at me like, what is she talking about? Perfect skin. But sadly, I just have some skin problems that every teenager has, so I can't be one to talk, but I do have amazingly long nails that are freakishly long. Even now, my nails are actually growing so much longer than they used to, and they're growing stronger, and they're breaking so much less. Back when I was on my meat-based lifestyle, my hair would fall out very easily and my nails were very brittle. And they did grow fast, but they generally grew very thin. I didn't have nice nails. I had long nails that broke when I went like that. And now they don't even bend. It's amazing. Also, my hair is so nice and soft. Another reason to go on a vegan diet is there are no toxins. Just kidding. You can never get rid of all toxins, especially if you don't eat organic plants. Of course, you're going to intake some pesticides, but sadly, 95% of pesticides residue in diets come from meat, fish, and dairy products. Fish is filled with carcinogens, heavy metals, and even mercury, while dairy and meats are filled with steroids and hormones. Plus, most processed food is bleached with ammonia only to be re-dyed by unnatural food dyes. Another reason to go vegan is because vegans have yummy food. Vegan food doesn't have to taste bad, and to be totally honest, I don't know where this ideology of
Vegan food is bad.
came from, because walking into a diet with a negative ideology of it will give you a negative outcome. So going in with a positive attitude, you'll be open to foods that you might not have liked if you thought that you weren't gonna like it from the start. Vegans ate the same things that you do. I'm constantly eating burgers, burritos, sandwiches, soups, pastas, cuisines, desserts, anything. A lot of times I go out and I find foods that you might not eat as a meat eater, but a lot of times I will eat things that you would not eat as a meat eater, generally, like things with tofu in them or things with tempeh. But as a meat eater, you might eat things like burgers or sandwiches with meats in them and things like that, and you can always find meat substitutes that taste good. I will promise you, I have gone through my fair share of finding disgusting meat substitutes. And there's so many that I still haven't tried, but there's some that I just love so much. There are some that are just so good. Like me, I can eat veggie burgers if I don't like them, but I know a lot of people who just cannot stand veggie burgers if they don't like something that's in them. I tend to mask my veggie burgers with ketchup and mustard. For those who don't like veggie burgers, you just have to find ones that you like. And there's black bean burgers, you have your herb burgers, your garden burgers. There's so many types of veggie burgers out there. There's so many. And one burger that someone might like or dislike, you may like or dislike as well. So let's say I really like Boca burgers, but you tried a Boca burger and you didn't like it. Vice versa, it could work either way. People don't always like the same foods, but tastes can change. My tastes have changed in the past year. I'll bet you last year if you asked me,
Hey, have this spring roll with tofu in it.
I would have said,
heck no.
why would I eat tofu in a spring roll? Give me my shrimp. And now I've had tofu spring rolls for dinner. So, you know, what I liked when I was younger. Another thing that I'd like to mention is that meat is kind of gross. Consuming meat, you're also consuming things such as beaks, claws, bones, feces, and even pus. And you can get, again with the yummy vegan food thing, you can get the same flavors that you like as vegan foods. One thing that I always constantly hearing as a vegan is,
I wish I could go vegan, but I love meat.
and I've always thought about that sentence as, why do people love meat? And I always thought about that back when I wanted to go vegan, but I loved meat. And I was like, why do I love meat? And I'd literally eat a piece of chicken and be like, what does this taste like? And to me, I didn't eat meat because I liked what it tasted like. I liked the stuff that was on it. And I liked the salt, the seasonings, and I liked the textures of it. And through vegan foods, I found ways to eat other things that taste just like them. So here we go. My 13th reason to go, the last reason to go vegan is because vegan diets are cheaper than meat-based diets. Vegan foods take less money to produce, making them less money to purchase. On a 100% vegan diet, you can save up to and beyond $250 per year. And there was actually a study recently that some woman did, and she went vegan for a year, and she actually did the math, and that was how much money she saved. I think it was $247 in a whole year, which is crazy because that's a lot of money. It might not look like a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. Like, yes, it is a whole year that it took her to save that, but it adds up. If you're vegan for your whole lifetime, that's so much money that you could spend or save. You could save it or spend it. Okay, so now I gotta wrap up my video. Get this video to 6 thumbs up, 6 likes. Make sure you comment down below and subscribe. Thank you guys all for watching to the end. And I'd just like to say something that vegans are not aggressive, we are passionate. Don't forget to drink soy lattes, save animals, and take naps. Have a wonderful weekend and stay positive. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah. Thinking about going vegan? here to subscribe, click here, on my face to see a video that I have made in my lifetime of a YouTuber, and then click the description box for all my social media because I need more followers. Love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah!